Everybody, how's it going? It's asieloshunyeyeo coming to you guys with another video from my channel. So, based on the last recent set of videos that I just released, there has been a few people on the series of Orisha videos, on the children of Orisha videos. There has been a few people that have asked me how to get out of Osogbo. So this is what this video is about. It's on how to get out of Osogbo. First of all, let's talk about what Osogbo is and what ire is. Okay, so ire is the word that we use, and that means blessings. Ire is when your life is going good, when you're happy, you're in love, you have money, you have wealth, you have prosperity, you feel good, you have health. Above all, ire is health. So ire is when everything is going good, when you're satisfied with life. Osogbo, Osogbo means misfortune. Misfortune can come in many different forms. It is when you are unhappy, when you're sick, when there's death, when there's lack of anything, lack of food, lack of money, lack of tranquility, lack of peace of mind, etc. So when we say that the person is in ire, when you say, oh, I'm in ire, it means that you're doing good, you're doing well, you're doing nice, you're happy with everything, okay? When you say, I'm in Osogbo, it means that something is going wrong in your life, that you're dissatisfied with something, or that there's an issue happening in your life. Now, we as humans fluctuate between ire and Osogbo. We fluctuate because that is life, and we all go through different phases. Some of those times, you may be doing really good, and then the next day it's like a wheel. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, sometimes you're in the middle. So ire is all the blessings, Osogbo is all the misfortunes. Okay. So how do you get out of Osogbo when you are in a bad situation? As an Orisha practitioner, we have something that's called ebo. Ebo means sacrifice, but ebo is anything. We're not talking about literal a blood sacrifice, a yegbale sacrifice. We're talking about just sacrifice overall. Ebo is what you do with the Orisha, which could be in the form of a cleansing, it could be in the form of an offering, it could be in the form of an adimu, which is like an offering, or an aladimu, which is like a cooked food. It could be in the form, it will be determined also through divination, etc., etc. Ebo is what you have to do in order to get out of Osogbo. So, if there's something going wrong in your life, for example, you may need to do ebo with elegua, so that elegua opens your paths, so that elegua brings good fortune. Or you may do ebo with ochum, or you may do ebo with yemaya, or you may do ebo with obatala, or ayeshaluga, or orumila, or logungede, whatever orisha it is that you have, or logun, whatever orisha it is that you have, there are different ebos. Any ebo can be modified to any orisha by switching either the items or the number of the items. Okay? And this is something that you guys have to be able to talk with your elder, with your godfather or your godmother. And or it can be determined through divination, by sitting down in divination and then asking the Orisha what you should do to figure out what's wrong in your life, where it is coming from, and how to deal with it. Okay? So another thing, so the first thing is do ebo. You want to get out of Osogbo? Do ebo. The second thing, guys, and I'm not throwing shade to nobody, but the second thing is be a good person. Okay? There's a lot of people who lie to themselves about how good of a person they are. You know if you're a good human being, you know if you're not. Okay, you know based on your actions, you know based on your consciousness, you know based just simply on your peace of mind. Okay, if you're being a good human being or not. So you have to make sure that you, as a good human being, there's nothing, there's no osobo that can touch you if you are being a good person, if you're at peace with yourself, and if you're at peace with everything around you. Okay? We, as human beings, myself included, have our days, we all have our attitudes, we all have our moments that we can be a little shady or not to the best of our behaviors. Okay, but you are also allowed to correct that in yourself and correct that those actions by either asking for forgiveness, apologizing, and or changing your habits. If you know that you are someone who, for example, likes to lie, and you constantly find yourself in a situation where people are confronting you and people are just, not liking you for whatever reason, you might be the cause of that problem. So you have to change. We cannot force anybody to change. We can only change ourselves. So if you are experiencing osobo, misfortune in your life in whatever form or style, that means that you have to make sure that you are switching your actions and your mentality to things. Okay, there are people who think that they lie to themselves and they think that they are doing good things when they know very well that what their actions are not nice. Okay, something that I repeat to myself constantly in my mind is be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. I say that to myself all the time, and I try to be as nice as possible with my godchildren, with my clients, with my friends, with my family, with my lover, etc. So be a nice person, and Ire is going to follow you by its natural nature. Okay, if you're a shitty person or a shady person, that means Osobo is going to follow you by its natural nature also. And that's the honest truth. So how do you get out of Osobo? Be a nice person. How do you get out of Osobo? Do a bow. How do you get out of Osobo? Have divination and figure out what you should be doing and pay attention to your divination. The other part of that is that a lot of times people want to sit for divination, and either one, they want to hear what they want to hear versus what comes out in divination. And you have to realize that divination is neutral, and when you sit at a divination session, you too have to be neutral as to what is going to be said to you. Okay, another thing being that whatever gets marked in divination, you should be doing that as soon as possible. And by as soon as possible, I mean within a few days to a week to a month at most, depending on the situation that you're going through. So if you have a divination session today and it gets marked for you to take a bath or for you to make an offering or something, and then you're doing it 6 months or a year later, you're just wasting your time by that point, because everything has already shifted by that. You already went through your situation by that point. Chances are, depending on the situation that we're talking about. But the point is that when you sit down to figure out what is going wrong in your life, you need to act upon it as quick as possible and not take your time. If you take your time, then you are willingly continuing to put yourself through the bad situation that you're going through. Okay? So Osobo, the misfortunes that you may have in your life, all come based from your own personal actions. And as a human being, we have to realize that there is always a reaction to all of our actions. Everything that we do creates a reaction, and it creates an experience. So we have to pick and choose what it is that we do. If something is not working out for you and you're dissatisfied or you are unhappy, you gotta switch what you're doing. A very quick and easy example: if you're unhappy with your weight or you're unhappy with your body shape, you're a little heavy or you're a little something, you cannot continue eating the McDonald's, and you cannot continue eating the fried food, and you cannot continue eating cake at midnight. or whatever the case might be. So if you're dissatisfied with your shape or your body weight, that means you have to diet, that means you have to exercise, that means you have to be more active, you have to, I don't know, go get a surgery or something, but you have to take an action to counteract your continuous behaviors up to that point. You're not going to do anything by lighting 3 or 5 or 7 or 78 candles to lose weight and then go eat a cake at midnight. And this is really hard for some people to understand, that people think that witchcraft and magic and orisha and all these things are just going to come into your life and they are going to do all the work for you. That's not how religion works. We are all responsible for the things that we do, and we are all responsible for our own lifestyle and our own way of being. If you know that you don't like your house to be dirty, then you gotta clean your house up. If you don't wanna be heavy, then you gotta do some diet and some exercise. If you don't wanna have a fight, then don't create conflict and give attitude to people, etc., etc. Take responsibility for your actions. If you are living in Osogbo, it means that you put yourself in Osogbo, but it also means that you can take yourself into Ire by switching your actions, your mentality, your way of being, your surroundings, okay? Because sometimes Osobo can also come from the people that you surround yourself with. So if you are hanging out with people that are constantly just doing drugs and drinking and fighting and arguing and all that stuff, you're going to get caught up in the drinking, the drug use, the fighting, etc. You may not be able to change them, but you can change your interaction with them, okay? So make sure that you are taking responsibility for your actions. The way you get out of Osobo is by taking responsibility of your actions, and it is by you changing that which bothers you, that which you do not like, that which is no longer serving you. This happens to all of us. Do not think that just because you receive your eleques, or because you receive your warriors, or because you receive olokun, or because you get crowned, your entire life is just going to mysteriously shape itself for the better. You cannot change 37 years of bad habits in one day with one little ceremony with 2 candles. Okay, you guys gotta be realistic about things. Religion is a tool for you to live a better life. Religion is a tool for you to be healthier, happier, more stable, more at peace of mind, to have better health, for you, all of those things. But religion is still going to make you responsible for your own personal actions. So if you lie, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that lie. If you steal, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of stealing something when you get caught. If you take advantage of someone, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of taking advantage of that person at some point, okay? So be a better person. Be a good human being. Be a good religious person. Walk your talk. Make sure that what you're saying matches with what you're doing. Okay, and then you will experience Ire. It is very easy for someone to be in Ire and go into Osogbo, and someone to be in Osogbo and go into Ire. It is all based on our actions, and it is all based on our mind, our mindset behind things, and it is all based on your own portrayal of your life and your choices and what you're choosing to put out into the world. When people talk about karma and this and that and the other, well, let it be so, okay? Because you know that if every action has an equal reaction to it, that means that if you lie, don't get mad when somebody lies to you. If you steal, don't get mad when somebody steals from you. If you punch somebody, don't be mad when they punch you back. It's very simple, okay? If you're nice to people, people are going to be nice to you. People are going to talk nicely about you. You're going to have a good reputation. And people are going to say, this person can be trusted. Go to this person for the reading. Go to this person for your working. Go to this person for this. Go to this person for that. Because you're giving a good service, or you're just being a good human being to someone, they're going to say something nice about you. If they If you do the opposite and you are a liar or a thief or whatever, then don't be mad when you build yourself with a bad reputation. And that happens to everybody. That happens to everybody. So you guys have to realize that when someone is living in Ire, it's because they're doing good actions. And when someone is living in Osogbo, it's because they're doing bad actions. And if you have issues in your life, we have to be realistic about the consequences that led up to what you were experiencing now. This happens all the time with people wanting to get a reading, with people wanting to do a working, with this and that. That it's, you know, you stole this much money and this and that, and now you have all these legal cases, and then now you want a working to get out of it. No, that's not how this works. That's not what's going to happen. There's no amount of candles that are going to erase the fact that you stole and that you got caught and that you have a file in a court somewhere. Okay? You guys have to be really realistic about things. And you guys have to really start taking responsibility about your own actions in your own life. Okay? If you are in Osogbo, be a better person. If you're in Ire, maintain what you're doing and maintain the actions that you're taking. You can go from Ire into Osogbo. You can go from Osogbo into Ire. It is very simple. It is all about our actions, our mindsets, and how we portray ourselves and the things that we do. If you cannot sleep at night, it means you're not being a good person. And if you're not being a good person and you can still sleep at night and have a clear conscience, that means that you're just simply an evil person. And that's the bottom line. And some people, unfortunately, do have different levels of morality, and they do have different levels of what they accept to be right and what they accept to be wrong. So if you are okay with stealing and it doesn't bother you to steal things, money or objects or things from people, then obviously you're not going to see anything wrong with it. But don't get mad when you get caught and somebody punches you in the face or somebody sues you or somebody does whatever, which is exactly what happens. When things go bad for someone, people like to find a scapegoat. Half of the time or 90% of the time, it is your own fault. So deal with it. You can do a bowl to kind of help you out. You can do cleansings. You can do things to help you out, but you still are going to deal with it. The Orisha is not going to take all your weight off of you, and neither is Jesus, neither is Kemetic deities, neither is nothing. The universe is going to make you responsible for that which you did. Okay? So, with that being said, I hope you guys have learned something. It's a short video, but I hope you guys have learned something. Be responsible for your actions. Alright? If you would like to contact me, you guys can contact me through Facebook at Asiel Baez. You can contact me through my email at sweetonyedesigns. You can find me on Instagram at asieloshunyeyeo. You can find me on Snapchat, which I don't really use, but asieloshunyeyeo, but you can hit me up through there too, and obviously through my YouTube channel, asieloshunyeyeo. If you guys want to have a reading with me, send me a message. I will be glad to do a reading. I love doing readings for people. Please do subscribe to my channel. Please do share the video. Please do ask any questions in the comment sections that you may have, and I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, be a good human being, and you will not be in Osogbo. You will be in Ire. And that's all I have to say to all of you wonderful people out there today. And I hope this video helps you guys out somehow. How to get out of Osogbo? Be a better person. Do a bo. Clear your mind. Sleep well at night. That's it. Do good actions. You will have good reactions. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Ashe. 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 To.